All right, hey, back again with this brake light switch. The auto parts store does not have one in stock right now, and I can't get to the store further away to get one. So for the time being, I'm going to try and make this switch work for a little while until I can order a switch and get a switch in here in a couple weeks from a restoration company. All right, so what I did is I went ahead and I took the switch apart here. All right, so here's how it all went together. It was all together, maybe. There we go. In that format. I pushed these two tabs in, pulled this all apart. I'm just gonna lay everything out so I know in order here. And here's a good example. There is, if you can see, the contacts. So basically what happens is, let's see if I can make this work. As you push this plunger down, when the brake pedal comes back up when you release the brakes, it pushes in there, and as you can see, it separates those contacts just a little bit. All right, when you push the brake pedal and this springs out with that spring, it closes the contacts. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to try and bend these a little bit and get these straightened out, and I'm actually going to take a little file and I'm going to try and just clean that a little bit, or maybe a piece of emery cloth, actually. Let's see what I got here. All right, that's all I'm using, just a little piece of emery cloth. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to stick this back in here and separate them. I'm going to take this emery cloth and very gently just clean that contact. I don't know if it was dirty, it didn't look dirty, but while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, make sure it has a good, solid connection. If there's any kind of corrosion or any kind of grease or any kind of dirt or different, what they call fretting sometimes, anything on there that can cause the current not to flow between the two contacts could be a problem. So I don't think that has a problem, but I'm going to go ahead and clean it up while I'm here. All right. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to squeeze this in together a little bit. Let me grab a couple pairs of pliers. All right, so it looks like the contacts are barely touching just here on the back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to bend these contacts in without breaking it. Very gently. Now it looks like those contacts are making better contact. I could use a little more. Now they're making pretty good contact. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Making pretty good contact now. Let me make sure it comes off when now it opens up. We should be good to go. So let me put this switch back together real quick. And let's see if, we'll do another quick test like we did in the last video to find out it was defective. We'll see if we can make this work. Now, I would still recommend replacing this switch, which I'm going to do, especially since this switch only costs like $8 to $12 from places I've looked. So it's definitely worth putting a new one in because you don't want to have this problem intermittently come back. But just for the time being, I thought it would be worthwhile just trying to see if we couldn't get it to work. So we'll get our meter back out here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this to ohms. Got my lead set up in the right spot. Turned it to ohms. It's on auto range. I'm going to go ahead and turn the audible noise back on, mainly so you guys can hear that it has continuity. I'm going to check my leads first. Touch them together. We have almost zero resistance with good continuity. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and check this by hooking them back up. And we know we have continuity there. We knew that before. Turn that so you guys can see a little better of the glare on it. What I'm looking for is when I push this plunger in like last time, that it goes, the noise goes away and we'll have a high resistance, or it should say OL, open. Check it out. And it's staying there. I'm gonna tap on it just to make sure. Remember before we tapped on it, got it just kind of messed up. Seems pretty good. Now it's saying OL. That's a good thing in this situation because that's telling me out of limits. That means that there's so much resistance, it's out of limits of the meter, which is because the circuit is open right now. All right, I let go of it as the brake pedal is engaged and goes down towards the floor. It releases the switch, the brake lights come on because it completes the circuit. There's continuity across there and no resistance. So there's also, that's a good sign too, with all those zeros across there, that those contacts have no resistance across those contacts. So that's a good thing too. Push this in. And there it is. Brakes on, lights on, completes the circuit. It's continuity. Release the brake pedal, springs back up, opens the switch. I think we might be able to make this switch work temporarily for a little while. All right. Just wanted to show you that quick little video on that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this back off. Go ahead and turn my meter off. Hopefully that helped explain that a little bit better. Like I said, I was just going to put a new switch in. I'm still going to put a new switch in, but it's probably going to be a couple weeks until I can get one from the company. So I figured in the meantime, if I could get this fixed and get it to work for a little while I'm test driving the car and everything, so my brake light's working properly, I was going to give it a whirl. All right. Once again, this goes back to understanding how the component or the system you're working with electrical works. Your first step to diagnosing any problem is figure out how it works. Look at a wiring schematic, see where power comes from, where all the grounds are, what relays control things, what computers control things, what switches are involved, what circuit protection devices, like I mentioned already, relays or fuses are involved. Go into diagnostic procedures and read description and operations on how things work. That will give you such a jump start on being able to diagnose a circuit, all right, or a problem with any kind of component. Hope this was a help. I'm going to end this video now. Try and go ahead and upload it. Have a good one. Wortman out. All right, Wortman back here again. We've just got this brake light switch back in this car. I set the adjustment to where I think it should be. We'll play with it if we need to fine tune when the brake lights come on or off. But let's go check out what happens, all right? Remember before, as soon as I turned the key on, the brake lights were on. They were stuck on all the time. We tested the switch. We found out that the switch was not opening like it should. So we took the switch apart, cleaned the contacts, adjusted the contacts. We made some quick little adjustments, made sure, took a look at it, see if we could get it temporarily working again, because I am going to put a new switch in it. But now what I'm going to do is, I think we have the problem solved. But now we have to make sure they actually work. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to set you guys up right here. And I want you guys to let me know the brake lights come on. Oh yeah, I can see the reflection in the door. Brakes on, brakes off. Brakes on, brakes off. And I actually think the adjustment's not too bad. I'm just barely resting on the brake pedal, and the lights came on with a little bit more. I think the adjustment I'm going to leave alone, and we'll go from there and try it later and see if we need to make any adjustments down the road. or if the customer doesn't want the lights to come on that sensitive. But I think we got it figured out for a little while. All right. So let me bring you guys back over here. Set you down here. All right, so now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna tuck some of this wiring back up out of the way and complete the job. Hope this was a quick little couple videos to show you guys how to do some simple tests. And in a pinch, if you ever have a simple brake light switch problem, in a pinch, you might be able to fix it now yourself and make it last until you can get a new part. All right, thanks for joining in, thanks for watching. Keep up the good work, guys. All right, Wortman out.